In this video, I'm going to show you 3 reasons why you're addicted to scrolling. And as each reason progresses, it's going to become more real, honest, and raw. I'm all here for honesty because I used to be exactly like you. I used to scroll for 8 to 12 hours a day, and I just could not stop. Thankfully, through hard work and dedication, I got out of it. But with my help, you can actually get out of it faster and with less pain than I experienced. So the first reason why you're addicted to scrolling is obvious. You've heard of it before, but you have to use it to your advantage to really understand it. It's dopamine. Dopamine is just the motivating chemical in your brain that makes you motivated for stuff. The problem with scrolling is that it hijacks dopamine. Because of all the flashy colors and new info that you learn, dopamine is firing off in your brain. And the problem with that is that eventually you become motivated to scroll. That's awful, right? That's not what we want. Instead, we want to be motivated to live our life and not scroll. But that's the problem, right? Dopamine is just a chemical, right? We can't control, like, it's not a physical thing that we control. It's just something that fires off in our brain automatically. Instead, what we need to do is to go on a dopamine detox to stop it. Because the more and more you scroll, the more and more motivated you are to scroll, which, by the way, is exactly like addiction. What we need to do is slowly cut that off over time. So what this means is that you will genuinely need to, week by week, reduce how much you scroll by even 10 minutes, 15, half an hour. Because of that, it will be enough to make sizable progress, because after a month, that's already what, 4 hours or 2 hours gone? But because you're slowly reducing it and not instantly crashing down to zero, it's going to be enough to where your brain is being reprogrammed to be motivated for other stuff. Because I'm just going to be real with you. You can't go from scrolling for 8, 10, 12 hours a day. You can't reduce that to zero in one day. Trust me, I've tried. And the problem is that you're going to be crashing up back into a rut because you're motivated to scroll. Like, what else are you going to do? You aren't motivated to do anything else other than scroll. So cutting that out, it's going to be difficult. So we need to reprogram our brain by slowly reducing the time. Now, the second reason is also fairly obvious, but it has some deeper implications. You scroll because it's a habit. And a habit is just caused by a trigger. So whenever you go into a room with no light, like it's dark, you flick the light switch. Why? Because the trigger is walking into a room and seeing it's dark, and the habit is turning on the light switch. You see where I'm going with this, right? When you are bored or whatever your trigger is, like you have a specific moment or event that causes you to whip out your phone and scroll. For me, it was eating dinner and also when I go to the bathroom and I was bored. That was my 2 biggest things. Anytime I was eating food or when I was just taking a little break or like relaxing, right? Those 2 triggers caused me to open up my phone and scroll. So the triggers was eating food and using the restroom. The habit was scrolling. The problem with that is that we can't exactly remove our triggers per se, right? Like, I'm not going to stop eating dinner, right? Like, I'm always going to be living my life. And unfortunately, most of the times when you live your life is exactly when you scroll. So we can't remove the triggers, but what we can do is to reprogram them in our mind. Just like with the dopamine, think of it as reprogramming your brain for instead of your trigger causing you to scroll, your trigger is to do whatever you want. That's the thing. You can choose whatever you want to do in this situation. So for me, instead of scrolling when I was eating dinner, I decided to download an ebook and I started reading when I ate dinner instead. Right? Simple change. I was already whipping up my phone, but I reprogrammed my brain to instead of opening up a scrolling app, I opened up a note reader app. And same thing with the bathroom. This is super simple, by the way. Like, you don't need to watch a video for this. This last step is really where it gets serious. Instead of going to the bathroom with my phone, I just left it in my room. It's that simple. Like, it's just simple things that you can change to change those triggers that are causing you to scroll. Now, this last and final reason is really where it gets juicy, because I want to be completely honest with you. Your life probably sucks. There is a reason why you need to scroll, and it's not because of dopamine. It's not because of a habit. There's a part of that, sure. But the truth is, think of your ideal life. Like, you are working on something that you care about, that you're fulfilled by. You're with family and with friends, and you're having enjoyment just from living. Do you think you would scroll? Of course not. Of course you wouldn't scroll in your ideal life, but that's the thing. You're not living your ideal life, and that's why you're scrolling. You feel like you need to fill that void. For me, it was boredom. I just felt bored all the time, and so of course I would turn to scrolling. The problem was that I wasn't doing anything with my life. Of course I'd be bored. My life sucked, and so I turned to scrolling. So I'm just going to be completely real with you. If you improve your life, you will scroll less. Automatically, without even thinking about it, you will just reduce how much you scroll by. And the way you improve your life is through delayed gratification. A perfect example of this is working out and eating clean. Working out sucks in the moment. Like, it's hard to go to failure and feel your muscle tear apart. It's hard. It's painful. You get all sweaty and dirty. But give it a few months and all of a sudden your biceps bigger. All of a sudden you fit into your clothes better. And because of that, you get more confident and also you just feel healthier. That's delayed gratification. It's doing hard work now so that you get benefits in the future. Scrolling is the opposite of that. You get stimulation now, but then you feel bad in the future. That's why you're watching this video. So we need to replace slowly but surely what we scroll by, which you'll reduce how much time you scroll by using the last two steps. With this step, you'll use that extra time you have towards delayed gratification activities. And with that, you will improve your life over time. This is like the long game, but because you'll improve your life over time, eventually you'll just stop scrolling. And it's not even going to be because you don't have time anymore, but because you just don't want to. Implement all of these steps, and I promise you, over time, you will stop scrolling. I am a perfect example of this. And because I have went through this process myself, I can help you specifically. And if you want my personal help, I actually run a coaching program. Here are some of the people I've helped before. And if you want to get a free consultation with me, then you can do so by clicking the link in the description.